I would like to be partially cremated. Just the lower half. And then the rest buried.
Half buried, half cremated.
Yeah, I would like the top half to be buried above ground.
Hello, and welcome to Grave Conversations, the show where your favorite celebrities get to lie down. I'm your host, David Dastmalchian. Today's guest is someone that we hope isn't back in a casket for a very long time. He is a prolific actor and comedian on Community, The Soup, The Bear. He's also currently seen on Animal Rescue.
Animal control.
Please welcome my dear friend, Joel McHale.
Well, David, thank you so much for having me.
Hi, Joel. How are you?
During that time, my legs got cold, so I'm going to bring this part down. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Watch this. I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. Committed many a murder.
Is this your first time in a coffin?
It is not. I was in a coffin. My parents put me in one every night and then said, dig your way out, smart guy. Is it weird how coffins are so nice?
I don't think it's weird at all. I think it's important because it's like, this is your last lie down.
Right.
Granted, is anyone ever going to see it again?
No, but I feel like it makes the decay process just that much slower because you could just be in like a balsa wood box, right?
Totally.
But, when the time comes, I want fucking luxury.
Yeah. I
I
want
want that lie flat seat like on an airline.
I would like to custom design, and I will custom design mine with, I want it like gothed out, all black.
That's not shocking.
Yeah, no, I know.
I would think it would be really funny if you went for like a My Little Pony theme. Because, all the colors and then kind of mocking child death.
So Joel,
Are you trying to get to the questions?
I do open the conversation with a segment that is called Questions You Need to Answer Before You Die, or Quintabid. That's what the kids are calling it these days.
Great.
When was the last time you had a good Reuben?
A good Reuben? Oof, a long time. I've had a lot of bad Reubens, especially at catering because they put 400 or 500 in the same tin and they go, it's a Reuben, and then it's all sliding apart. And so I think the best Reuben I had was on the 14th Street Deli in New York City in 1999. It's now out of business because the owner was shot and killed. What a great story.
It ties in.
It's all true, dude. That's all. The last time I went there, I was like, can't wait to go back to the 14th Street Deli. And then there was just signs outside saying the owner and proprietor, he shot. I'm looking for the guy that shot him. Terrible. Why am I talking like this?
Are you a hat person?
Baseball hat.
Okay.
If I put on a fedora, oof, I become that guy so fast. I look like I'm gonna do some fucking swing dancing, and I look like that asshole who, like I'm a director, or I'm brewing beer, or I'm gonna buy a fucking scarf. When I put on a hat, it looks like I'm working at a Hooters. I'm working at some sort of Western theme
Manager?
bar.
Like
doesn't work.
Yeah. You know what's fascinating to me about you is that you have this like, all-American, handsome, charming guy
True,
look,
all
but
true.
you can play the slimiest, sleaziest jerk, and then be like super drama, and then like goofy. You're very lucky. For me, there's the spectrum is kind of limited. It's like guy who hangs out with coffins, guy who puts people in coffins.
No.
Guy who sleeps in coffin. Those are like my three kind of.
Mr. Polka Dot wasn't any of those things.
Thanks, Joe.
I feel like
That made me happy.
I really destroyed your premise about yourself.
You did.
So I don't think you should sell yourself short like that, David. I think you should play the lead in a romantic comedy.
I'm in.
Because they think something bad is going to happen, but
Everyone's waiting for the twist, and then we get to the end, and it's like, yeah.
and you're way better than her boyfriend who's in New York, who's on the stock. He's
listens.
a stockbroker or a hedge fund manager, and you're like, I'm just trying to make calendars with puppies in them.
Will you be the boyfriend stockbroker hedge fund manager? Yeah.
I will be Richard, what's his name? Grieco?
Grieco,
Richard Grieco, the actor from 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
I'll be Michael Douglas.
Well, listen, thank you for the things you said about my work. I love your work. I have for a long time, since before we were friends, and what everyone is dying to know. Would you say there's anything right now you're working on or that you just worked on? And it doesn't have to be like acting stuff, but is there anything right now that makes you feel alive? Like what makes you feel really alive right now?
What am I working on? What gives me joy?
Or what's making you feel alive? And is there anything that right now that you're working on that makes you feel like? For me, I was saying I'm doing this show that is my kid's favorite show.
Well, that's cool. My kids, they don't like anything I'm in, and when I am in something, they will pretend to like. Well, the last thing they liked was I was a voice on the game Fortnite. That was like 4 years ago. So my kids, their sarcasm is just as extreme as mine. So I think they enjoy telling me. They would be like, "Whoa, Dad, hey, when do you think you're going to be relevant again?" There's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, "Hey, we saw that episode of Community. It was really good until you walked in." There's a lot of that at my home.
Yeah,
It would be really weird if my kids at their ages would be like a complimentary. I would be very wigged out.
the transition's happening. My 10-year-old's transitioning into now I'm cringe. My 7-year-old still thinks I'm cool. But why?
I think it's really bad if your kids are older and think you're darn cool. Like I was like, do you remember any kids in high school that were like, "Fuck, my parents, I just love hanging out. They're just so cool." You would be like, that is a killer.
There was the one like, there's like the single parent that wanted to like be the fun house, so they would
Right.
let everybody come there and like get wasted and do bad things.
Yeah.
That there was that parent, and I can't be that parent. I got
No, and you don't want to be that
No, you don't
parent.
want to be that parent.
And you're not trying to be liked that way.
No, I'm trying to be liked by giving them lots of cool gifts.
Right. You buy their love.
We're-
You hear that? You buy your kids love. It always works.
Why this whole thing started, Joel? Because we've never really talked about it. Was the interest?
Wait, the coffin show?
The coffin show.
Just so you know, I never even questioned it. I never
I know you
thought,
did.
why is he doing that? I was
Yeah.
like, I told my wife Sarah, and she goes, "That's exactly what I thought he would be doing."
It's like the idea of being able to normalize conversations about end of life and death and dying. And
Yeah.
so, if you're up for it, can we talk a little bit about end of life, celebrations, funeral
Yes.
planning, whatever?
Yes.
How would you like to die?
Boy, I don't know. I'm guessing like a full Viking funeral, where I get all my stuff together in one pile, and then they put my body on top of that pile, and then they burn it,
Yeah,
and then my wife jumps on top of that burning pile.
that's romantic.
And I got a lot of cars, so there's going to be a lot of explosions, gas exploding,
You have a lot of knives.
a lot of knives.
People
Those are
don't know
gonna
that
heat up
about
and
you.
melt.
Is that a private information? I love your love of knives.
It is no private information, but the actual act of dying,
Yeah.
aneurysm. I don't want to know it.
Because it's quick.
No, I want a long, slow aneurysm. One of those aneurysms that takes years where you can say goodbye in the hospital and it's a complete drain on the healthcare system. What did you have? Aneurysm. Oh, was it fast? Nope.
Do you think about it a lot, like death, dying?
No, I have Peter Pan syndrome. I'm never going to die. I'm the one. I'm the one that's going to squeak through.
And Sarah, have you ever, do you ever talk about, funeral plan? This is what I want at my funeral.
No. I've never done that. I think my grandparents, they both were cremated, and my grandma was like, well, we're going to throw Roy's ashes into the lake. And on that same day, there was a Husky football game, and I had really good seats. And my grandma was like, he really would have wanted you to go to that. And I was like, you know what? He would have. And so I went to a football game, and we won. I would like to be partially cremated. Just the lower half, and then the rest buried. Maybe eaten. But that's how I want to be remembered by my great-great-grandkids.
Half buried, half cremated.
Yeah, I would like the top half to be buried above ground.
What do you think?
I'd like to be burned alive and then eaten. I have a lot of ideas. I haven't really thought about this enough. That sounds terribly painful.
Yeah, I think being burned alive is probably one of the worst ways a human.
Maybe chased by dogs.
eaten by wolves was one of the options I was going to give you for buried, cremated, or eaten by wolves, but I think you split the difference with the...
No, I'd like it to be pugs.
Thank you for making time in your very busy schedule to be here on Grave Conversations before this interview expires.
I just want to thank you for letting me on this show, and I do think my time in the afterlife is about as arduous as the drive getting here was.
Yeah.
I thought I had entered a spirit realm because I didn't realize San Fernando Boulevard was this long.
When I'm in the afterlife, I will pray that it's not. But I'm curious what happens. I think we may just go to sleep. But let's
But
say
that means there's a lot of people sleeping somewhere.
let's say you've died. I would like you, though, as a favor for me, to give your own eulogy, and it's spelled out Y-O-U.
Wait, I have to give my
You're gonna
own-
give your own eulogy. It's eulogy. And when I say die, I give you like 1 minute. You give your own eulogy, and you take it very seriously because it's the most important words you'll ever say in this life. But I want you to have fun, and I want you to relax, and I want you to think about your family. But
This
don't
is
worry.
a lot of pressure.
And it's going to be very fun. There's no pressure. It's not something that's going to live on the internet forever. Joel McHale delivering his own eulogy, and
Oh my
just
gosh.
go for it. 3, 2, 1, die.
World, thank you for having me. Kids, don't spend all the money at once. You got to make that shit last. All right? And then, Sarah, you can finally get rid of all the dumb shit that I've collected over the years. And that will be a new lease on life for you. But thank you for having me. And thanks, kids. Honor my name as you go on. And I just want to say that this world is great, and I'm glad that I got to be in it, especially now since hair transplant technology is so incredible.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Time's up. Our time is up. Thank you for being with me today, okay?
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna do one of these. Thanks to the crew. Seemed like a really tight bunch who got a lot of shit done in a real short period of time, and I wanted to be here earlier, but ironically I was dropping my own kid off at school. He got hit by a car, so that's the irony. Funeral next week.